Hello and welcome to Karen's Creative Cards on YouTube. I am Karen Hashik, and today I am excited to share with you all the cards I made with the newest release from Karen Burniston. I'm a huge fan of the innovative pop-up and interactive dies that Karen Burniston designs, and I admit I have them all. If you are not as die cut crazy as I am, in this video you will see all the dies from the new release, as well as cards made with every one of the new dies, and you can decide which ones are your favorites. There are links to all the new dies in the description box below, as well as links to blog posts where I go into more detail on each card and how I made it. I will be showing you how to make a fun best wishes or retirement card from start to finish after I show the dies and the other cards I made. I love to make cards for kids, and many of the new Karen Burniston dies are perfect for kids cards. I am the owner and design team coordinator for Send a Smile for Kids, a charitable blog where we collect and distribute cards to kids who are inpatient in many children's hospitals across the United States. Using the Castle pop-up, which is this one, so there's a Castle pop-up die, the Knight and Dragon die, so it creates this little knight and this dragon. The word set 5 royalty, so you can say things like my little princess, my knight, queen bee, it's good to be king, prince for a day. And the brand new happy birthday die, which I think is my favorite happy birthday die that I own, and I own a lot of them. I created this card. So on the front it says knight for a day, and there's our knight in shining armor, and then when you open it, the castle pops up and it says happy birthday. And I made this for our first challenge, which this month, which is for the boys. Using the Princess and the Mermaid dies, so you can make obviously princesses or mermaids with that one. And the palm tree pop-up die for some of the scenery. And the tropical scene dies for waves and things like that. I made this card, which is a bridge card. So it stands up like that, and it has the mermaid and it has the scenery in the back, and this is for the second challenge in the month, which is for the girls. Now actually I think I have that mixed up. The first challenge is for the girls and the second challenge is for the boys, but you can check the Send a Smile for Kids website if you're interested in joining the challenges or donating cards, and I'll have a link for that in the description. I used this fancy label accordion die to make this card for my brother. Now I know you're looking down on them, so I'm going to try to hold them so you can see, but they all stand up, okay? And I also used her outdoor scene die, so there's deer and trees, and I used the fancy Flourish frames to do that. And I also use the numbers. So this is a great die to be able to personalize any birthday card or any occasion. You know how old they are or how many years they've been married. So that's another one of the new dies. And this is the card I made. So it closes flat to mail, and it has a nice outdoor scene, which I know my brother will like. And then it opens up and it says celebrate number 66. And this is also a Karen Burniston die, and I think this is from Simon Says Stamp. Okay, so that's the card that I made using the fancy accordion label die. The spinner square pop-up can be used with any dies or stamps to make a fun interactive card. And I made this card. I'll put a link to it on where I put it in on my blog. These fancy foils and stamps and dies are all from the new Gina K design release. And when you open it, can you see that? How those balloons pop out. So they're kind of hidden behind the square, and then whatever's on this piece pops out to surprise the recipient. So I'm loving that die. This is a wedding card that I made. I used the cake pop-up die set and the cake trims and the Happily Ever After die to make this wedding card. So you can see that it folds flat, mostly flat, to mail. This is a tonic die on the front and a beautiful embossing folder from Crafter's Companion. And then when it opens up, it stands up for display. And I used mirror card and created the trims around this beautiful wedding cake. And there's a bride and groom on the top. That was a really fun one to make. And I think the coffee cup pop-up might be my favorite, although I like them all, okay? And I especially like the palm tree pop-up that I'm showing you next too. I used the coffee cup pop-up die, which allows you to slide in a gift card if you want, as I have done here. So this back of the coffee cup, you can slide in a gift card, and this is a Starbucks gift card, and it folds flat. And on the front, I used a die from the Coffee Charms die set and made this sweet little coffee cup here. And then this stamp is from Cracker Box Palace, and there's a few beans and hearts. And then when you open it up, the coffee cup pops up. And for happy birthday, I'm giving this person a Starbucks gift certificate. So I think that is very, very cool. And again, I will be posting all of these cards on my blog, and there will be more details on each one that you can see exactly how it was made. This is the card that I'm going to show you how to make today. And I use the palm tree pop-up die and the tropical scene die and the sea animals die set. So you can make a turtle and a crab and a whale. And on the front we have that cute lobster and a palm tree and sand, and it says best wishes. And then you open it up and the palm tree stands up by itself. And so I just think that is a very neat card. We're going to start with the front of the card. So I need to get all those pieces. I also used a dotted stamp from All Night Media to make the sand look a little more realistic. And I used a Best Wishes die from Tonic Studios, and on the inside this Enjoy is from Impression Obsession. I decided that on this one I'm going to have a circular island, but on the first one that I made a rectangular island, and I used dies for that from Cutplorations. But the new circular one is made with Tonic Studios dies, and one of the reasons I really like these to do circles for circumstances like this is they have little notches in them. If I can pull one out and show you, where it's halfway through, exactly halfway. So you don't have to try to fold it in half. You know exactly where halfway is. And that will be important when we do the inside of this card. But on the front, I've cut an 8.5 by 11 card base out of craft cardstock, and I folded it in top for a top folding card. I used the stitch die from the set to cut out the top of the sand with a light blue piece, and after I stamped the dots for the sand, I attached it. I've also attached the Best Wishes die cut. Now this die set has probably easier maybe to show it here or here. They have it has 2 large palm tree fronds, as they're called, and the trunks, and then it has a smaller set. Okay, so the smaller set is going to lay flat. It also has some coconuts, and it has the apparatus that I'm going to show you how to use on the inside. So on the front, we're simply going to attach these pieces . Oh, I should probably put the tree on first. And of course you can use glue or a dots runner like I'm using here. The lobster is very cute. And we're going to attach some coconuts. Two in the tree. And one that's fallen down. And a couple of shells. And our front is done. I want to emphasize that with all of Karen Burniston's dies, you're going to want to watch her videos on her website, as she shares so many tips for making them much easier to do. So according to her video, what I have done is I have cut the piece that we're going to attach the palm trees to in half, and that half is where that line is cut in half is going to be attached right along the fold score mark in this card. Okay, and what she suggests to do is to attach those together with temporary tape, and then with that slit there, and then go ahead and cut this apparatus out, which looks like this, and so it's going to pop those 2 pieces up. So this is going to pop up, and this is going to pop up. And then while they're still attached to each other, we're going to attach this island of sand to the card with that slit right in the score line where that folds. Now Now this purple tape is usually very easy to remove, but I've left it sit for a day or two while I prepare this, and it's sticking a little more than it should. But sand can have a few scratchy parts. Okay. Okay, so this is the trunk apparatus, the tree base. Okay, so this die, you die cut it out of the same color as your sand is, and you do mountain folds on all of the folds, and then you're going to attach the back piece with a strong piece of score tape. Attach them together. Now if you look at this, you will see there are slots in all of those folded places except for here and here, and those are the two that you're going to attach to this. So we're going to put a good strong piece of score tape on those tabs that we've popped up. I tore them, but didn't do a good job, so I'm going to cut it. So the two that do not have a slot in them, I am going to attach to this piece. So the next thing that Karen suggests that you do is to put like things together here. So there are two kinds of trees, palm trees. There's the ones with the slot and the ones without. So we're going to take some glue and attach this together. And then you're going to take the slotted tree trunk and you're going to simply take that bottom and slide it through these slots. And then you do it on the opposite one, the same thing. So see how easy that was? Okay. And then you're going to take the solid tree trunk and palm that you just did, and you're going to slide this down the slot, and then you're going to attach that one into a slot and then into the opposite slot. Alright, so far so good. Easy to do. And then you're going to take this one and you're going to slide it down here and attach it to the top of that, but you want some glue on this. So you want glue around the side of that slotted area. So you're going to slide this down here and attach that with the glue to the top of the slotted trunk. So that was very easy, right? I think maybe of all the new dies, this might be the easiest to achieve a very cool stand-up element. Okay, now I've cut some waves out of the top of a blue piece, and then I've cut Enjoy. I'm picturing this to be used for like a retirement or someone who's going on vacation, a bon voyage or something. And it could be birthday too. Enjoy your birthday. And then I cut a really cute little turtle So you can see how easy it is to make a pop-up palm tree card, perfect for any special occasion like retirement or birthday or send-off. If you've never tried one of Karen's pop-up die sets, this might be a great one to try, although with her instruction videos, most of these die sets are easy to work with. I hope you enjoyed my look at many pop-up interactive cards for all sorts of celebrations. Thanks for sharing, subscribing, commenting, and for helping me share the joy of creativity.